So actually for a time I was creating like workout content for TikTok around bodybuilding and weightlifting. And I actually noticed this super interesting thing start to happen. I was now starting to lift to look great on video. I was trying to eat healthy, or trying to lose weight and cut weight, again, for the TikTok videos, to gain a certain aesthetic. And it actually took the one thing in my life that I loved doing just for the sake of doing and turned it into an outcome-based bullshit.
Yeah.
And I actually, it got to a point where I noticed, like, I told myself, like, crap, I don't feel like going to the gym. And that was like a new feeling for me. Like, I hadn't experienced that feeling in a long time. And it actually hurt me. Like, it hurt me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I shut down the TikTok, stopped making videos. And almost immediately it was like, oh, sick. I'm back in the gym, baby. Just because I freaking loved it, right?
Right on.
So it's just, my great struggle. Like, how do I just love what I'm doing?
Well, let's take that example very quickly. Consider the skill of being able to catch yourself saying, wait a minute, I'm finding myself doing this for a result rather than for anything else. Yeah. How do you reorientate yourself? So imagine you're walking around in the woods or mountains, you're hiking, you got a map, you got a compass, and you realize that you're lost. How do you reorientate yourself? How do you get your bearings? And so it's literally this idea of like, stop and take inventory lists of everything. And we need a program in like, this is one of the biggest things that I can promote for most people is actually planning days, like once a quarter, to sit down and ask, let me track my past actions, let me track my pleasure, let me track everything, and make sure that I'm on track to hit like long-term goals. Well, what are my long-term goals? Well, I just want to be healthy. That's a long-term goal. Well, what results am I measuring with this? Well, how do I feel in my body? What foods am I eating? So they're consistent practices rather than a particular result. Like, so we can dig into this as well. And this is another answer to how do I get less results focused, goal focused? And it's the idea of like, well, if you want your body to look good, you can eat less food as well. But, the idea is, well, which muscles am I taking care of? What's the shape that I want to create out of my body without losing other things as well? So, just taking stock of a general kind of thing, and just finding pleasure in going to the gym every day. So where's your pleasure? Regardless of your results, are you enjoying feeling your body? And then, making sure that the results are secondary, not primary. The primary thing is you're going to the gym to feel good. Great. And then the secondary thing is, what are the results? And so in this moment where you realize that you're doing everything for the results so that TikTok gets better, because there's a lot of validation, there's a lot of accomplishments that recognize when your TikTok video goes viral. And we call that vanity metrics as well.
Yes. Yeah. I obsess over them. Obsess.
And
Justin,
I've got friends
unhealthy.
that can't even get on social media because they just keep checking their analytics, or so I've got a couple of friends who are YouTubers, and they say they can't actually be the one who pushes upload on their YouTube videos because they'll constantly be refreshing and checking their analytics on YouTube the entire time. And so this is a good example.
The moment I can make any money or whatever, I think my first expense will be a virtual assistant that handles my YouTube, and I'm not allowed to go in and look at the metrics.
Right.
I may have to. I'm definitely that person that's like, hold on, babe. Let me go refresh my.
This is a perfect example of progressive underload, because right now you need a lot of assistance to be able to manage these emotions.
There it is. Yes.
Yeah. Right. And so like, how can you increase your skill at being able to moderate this? And a lot of it is reminding yourself, how much does this matter? Does the metrics of this one video or the metrics today versus in 5 years time, you're going to have been through like ups and downs and all kinds of stuff. And so it's really about that. The long-term views usually negate the small little problems that we're feeling today. And so those long-term views usually
Yeah.
help us. So stopping, and I call it a taking stock, taking inventory, like I said before, getting your bearings, or like reorientating yourself, literally stopping and just saying, where the hell am I? Where am I going? So if you started up a TikTok channel just for you, and your profile is just for you, and you've got no other purpose to it, then that's fine. And if later on there becomes a purpose, then that's fine. But reminding yourself that I have no purpose for this except for whatever the hell I want to do with it. And then asking yourself those questions: what do I want to do? Are my actions taking me to what I want to do, or creating an obligation for me?
Yeah.
That's a big deal, So it's not about like, as soon as temptation comes in, like smacking it down,
Yeah.
closing the TikTok, things like that. It's like finding, how can I do this without feeling these things? Well, what do I want to achieve with this in the first place? And to be honest with you, that's 99% of people. We take this, like we talked about before, this deferred life plan that everyone gets kind of crushed with in our societies. And we're like, well, I got to be successful. I got to show off the money. I got to show off the fame. I got to show off I am like a self-made person, all of that kind of stuff. And challenge that and be like, well, do I really want all of this? I mean, I'd like to be accepted, but what are people saying about me? So if I show off the Lamborghini on Instagram, people are going to be like, whoa, this guy needs to compensate.